we're about to head out the door and go meet up with a tour guide. We're going on a Welcome to Belgrade tour, just showing different historical sites and places of interest. It's for 2.5 hours, and Sonia said it comes with coffee. So head out the door to head there now. We're meeting up in the city center, and then I don't know where we go from there, but we're excited, and you guys will be coming along with us for the day. See you soon.
One and mainly Fair in Belgrade, and usually it's a meeting for the locals. So during the summer, during the winter, you will see in the evenings lots of people around the statue. We meet there. Usually we say let's meet next to the horseman.
Oh, okay.
So who was that? His name was Knez Mihajlo. Knez means duke or king in our language. It depends on the translation. And he was our king in the end of the 19th century. In the second part of the 19th century, and he gave us the freedom from the Ottoman. And they give him the key of the city. And over there we have two flags. The flag with the detail is the flag of the country, and it can only be on the public properties.
Oh.
It's used by the government. The flag without the detail is like flag of people. Everyone can use it. So, welcome to the Tatinska place. We call this Tatinska place. Why? Because the street is over there, just Tatinska street, so the place got after the name, after the street. This whole place was an old factory of beer, but the Nazi came and they killed the Jewish family who had the factory. After that, after the Second World War, I'm gonna talk about Second World War later on, but for now, this place was abandoned. No one lived. Till the beginning of the 2010, young people, hipsters, let's say like that, came and started opening small bars. Because of the COVID, it's all closed. Some of them, they still work, but during the summer and there is no COVID, it's full of people. So this is like a hidden gem. Also, New York Times wrote an article about Belgrade, calling Belgrade the new Berlin of the Balkans, because we have lots of clubs and you can do whatever you want in a club. The government doesn't care about the clubs, so this is we adore clubbing, and I'm going to show you another place where we go to club. More and more people are coming by some part of the factory, and now they will open clubs. So the whole factory in the future will be like a huge clubbing place with different types of the clubs. But because of the COVID, it's low. It's on the rise. This place, it will be kind of for clubbing. And inside of that club, you even have sometimes in the evenings you have a book promotion, a drag show. So this is kind of a cool club.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is the Balkans, the whole area of the Balkan. Even one part of the Turkey is under that area. And as you can see, Serbia is in the middle. Because of that, we have a strategic place, and because of that, we had lots of problems in the past, and I'm gonna explain of them. So now I'm gonna start with our first Serbian kingdom. The first Serbian kingdom started in 11th century, and it was rising till the 14th century. Serbian kingdom was like that. So half of some parts of the Balkans, like Greece, this part was under the Serbian Empire, but you had different types of people under it. You have Greek people, you had Macedonian people, but it was under one ruler with lots of small kind of duches and dukes in this kingdom. But Belgrade wasn't the capital back then of Serbia. Belgrade was city on the border. The huge on the north was a huge Austro-Hungarian empire, the Catholic religion, and this was the Orthodox religion. But our king, Stefan Dusan, he dies in 1371, in the end of the 14th century, and 15 years later, even more, in 1389, we had a huge battle of Kosovo, the famous battle in Serbia, that we lost with Ottomans. We had a war with Ottomans, the battle. We lost, and the whole empire falls down. Especially this part here, it falls down and became part of the Ottoman Empire. They were here from the end of the 14th century till the late 19th century. In 1817, this was the map of the huge Ottoman Empire, and as you can see, Serbia was divided into parts. This part that we are now was under the Ottomans. Because of the 500 years of the Ottoman rule, we pick up some traditional stuff from them, like we drink Turkish coffee, we eat Turkish delight, and we smoke shisha in Argila a lot. You have one street where you have lots of bars with shisha. It says "Smrt kapitalizmu, death to capitalism." These kind of graffiti are against the capitalism that America has, the United States. Why? There is a connection because in the 1999 NATO bombed Serbia. And because of that, people are kind of angry on the States and they are writing this kind of graffiti, death to capitalism. I'm gonna explain that story also. When we created the first Yugoslavia, we decided that we're going to use two alphabets, the Latin alphabet and Cyrillic. Why? Because Cyrillic is our traditional alphabet and the Latin is the alphabet of Croatia and Slovenia. They were the Catholic country, so they were using the Latin alphabet. In the second Yugoslavia it was the same, but when everything collapsed in the 90s, Serbia decided to use both alphabets. By our constitution, both alphabets are equal. In some streets you're gonna find only Cyrillic alphabet, but in some other streets, like over there, the name of the street will be in two alphabets. Here you have in English, so you can guys understand. You have also in the end the tea, and you have coffee, and you have some juices, so you can decide whatever you want. It's included in the price. So just tell me. One of the biggest coffee shops in the world, it's from the same chain of this coffee shop. What is interesting, one more thing. There is a law in Serbia that says if you put the logo of your bar, coffee shop, restaurant in Cyrillic, you're gonna pay 5 to 10% less as taxes. Because to protect our traditional letter. And the oldest mosque. This is the only mosque in Belgrade, so you will not find other mosque. Behind the building is also a massive community building in the city. So here you have three different religions, the Jewish religion, the Muslim religion, and 5 minutes from here you have the Orthodox main headquarters. So, and they always lived in peace. So here you will not find like a religion problems nowadays. It works every day. Just in Serbia there is a law that forbids call for the praise. So you will not hear the call for the praise. But they have the right on their main day, I think it's Ramadan, to call for the prayer. And the war started in 1991 between those three countries, a bloody war, lots of genocides, and because of the collapse of the country, this happened to us. Our economy went down and hyperinflation. This was the second worst inflation in the world back then, and now it's the third or the fourth. So this was our money in 1991. Wow. This especially is from 1993. It's written here. So from the 1991 to 1994, we used this. Yeah. Our economy was destroyed. Even we had embargo. So not lots of countries were having economic trades with us, and it was really, really bad. With this, you couldn't buy anything. You needed like 5 or 10 days just to buy bread. In 1999, NATO said that they need to stop that war, and they decided to bomb the whole nation. Not only Kosovo, where you really had war, they bombed Belgrade, this building you can find in the city center that represents what NATO did to us nowadays. So the whole country was bombed for 3 months. People run away to another countries. So this has happened in 1999, and it was the 4th war and the last war of the bombings of Belgrade. Some buildings, they still have some scars from different type of periods from the bombings of Belgrade. So you're gonna see lots of buildings in the city that still have small holes from the bombings of the city. Because I can see they're filming a movie. I hope we can go like here. The shoulders are made from the real bullets. If you move that, you can see the swords in the middle and the knives on the top. This was made after the bombing of the church, after the First World War, to protect the church from other destructions. Church for candles.
See that?
Usually they put water so it will not make a fire.
Smart.
Ideas.
That's smart.
Recommending one of you can take Cevapi, the picture that I showed, and another one can take this. It's Karađorđeva, and it's really, really tasty.
That's on all the videos.
What's in this one?
It's meat, and inside of meat you have like cheese and some other things. So I'm really, you have our type of cheese, kaymak, that I showed you inside of this. I'm really recommending this and this.
Yeah.
And this is the best. Like I go here and my tourists go, so they are, they like it.
So hey guys, our tour just ended, and it was an amazing tour. If ever you're in Belgrade, you definitely should book this tour with Zara.
Sava.
Sava.
Yeah. Hopefully we're pronouncing his name correctly, but it's Sava. We'll leave the link down in the description, but the reason why we really like it is because he showed us all the hidden gems. He said he liked to show the hidden gems because he feel like tourists could find the main attractions on their own.
For real.
And we learned a lot in terms of like the history of Belgrade. Highly recommend. Yeah.
It was really, really informational.
Yeah, really.
And it wasn't like boring.
No, not at all. It was
Like
really
boring
interesting.
history, yes.
Yeah. And he gave a lot of like fun facts that you wouldn't know about a lot of different stuff. So the best money we ever spent in Serbia. He also recommended on where we could go to eat local Serbian food, and he recommended what we should order. So we're about to go there now and order some Serbian food. So we'll share that with y'all as well.
This is the traditional Serbian restaurant that Sava recommended. Said it's really good and it comes highly recommended. So we're here at the restaurant now that Sava recommended, and it's really nice. Super excited to try these two dishes. I forget the names, but we got some bread, some homemade bread. We had this yesterday at the other restaurant and it was really good. What's really interesting about cafes and restaurants here in Serbia is that smoking is allowed in most of them, so it's pretty common to smoke inside.
So we got veal soup to try. I don't know if y'all can see it, but outside it's very cold. So
yeah, we got veal soup to start, and then I got a Turkish coffee. And what he said, what was interesting in the tour was that because of the rule from the Ottoman Empire, they adopted some of the customs like Turkish coffee, Turkish delight, and you'll find some other like Ottoman structures still stand to this day, but some were destroyed.
yeah, let me show y'all the soup. So this is the veal soup that he recommended, and then we have the bread. Yeah. But to grab into these, and hopefully it'll warm us up a little bit because the side is very cold.
Yeah. It looked like a broth, but actually thicker.
The one I saw was very brothy.
Looked like leek and potatoes. The color. That tastes.
Very good.
I mean, that's all the black one.
You can put a little bit of black pepper, but really good. Get some of them in.
It's like chicken noodle soup. Food just came out. Can't remember the names, but we'll link them. We'll put it down here, down below, of what each one is. Super excited to try.
Yeah.
This one is stuffed with meat and cheese. Serbian cheese. I think it's called kaima. Is it? Inside you can see the beef around here and then the cheese oozing out. So I got one of the traditional Serbian beers.
It's some massage.
Some good stuff. Okay. You get some?
What's that?